Hello, and welcome to another brand new episode of Kurseong Exploration series. I am your host, साइकत घोष। पिछले एपिसोड में हमने देखा था किस तरीके से सोनाडा मोनेस्ट्री is one of the finest monastery in this areas which remains isolated. But now we move to Ghum Monastery. If you want a slightly quieter alternative to Darjeeling, then Ghum is a great option. With easy connectivity to the main city and other small towns in the area, Ghum, the highest railway station in India, is perfect for a slightly offbeat vacation near a highly popular destination. Situated just 7 kilometers from the main city, the town of Ghum is where the spiritual, historical and natural history of Darjeeling come together for a picturesque coalition. The famous Hillcart Road that goes all the way from the main Darjeeling to Ghum is an ancient route that ends at Siliguri. Also makes Ghum essential to Darjeeling's connectivity with other parts of the state. Ghum railway station is largely popular for being home to the highest railway station in India at 7,407 feet. The Darjeeling Himalayan Railway, a World Heritage Site, first had its tracks laid in 1879 and reached Ghum by 1881. A ride from either Siliguri or Darjeeling to Ghum will give you the opportunity to witness an architectural marvel that has stood the test of time. So Ghum railway station built in 1891. जो मैंने पिछला स्टेशन दिखाया था that was 1889. This is 1891. All were built in the late 19th century by the Britishers. तो घूम की ये खासियत है कि जैसे आप दार्जिलिंग जाते हो तो आपका रोड एलिवेट होता है बाय द मिनट. घूम इज़ द पीक ऑफ इट. आप धीरे 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 ऊपर उठते हो, घूम पे आप अपने पीक पे पहुंचते हो और वहाँ से आपका रास्ता जो है थोड़ा एलिवेशन उसकी कम होती रहती है और फिर आप दार्जिलिंग जाते हो. सो दिस इज़ द हाईएस्ट पॉइंट ऑफ आवर जर्नी एंड सून we'll be reaching the Ghum Monastery, which is quite popular here. Samten Choleng is located in Ghum, conveniently on the Hillcart Road, some 7 kilometers away from the town of Darjeeling. So unless you specifically mention, the cab driver is likely to bring you here saying that this is the Ghum Monastery. Most locals actually call this as the Ghum Monastery. Since it's on the way to Batasia and Tiger Hill, it is also convenient to visit this monastery as part of the 3-point tour. When you go from Darjeeling town towards Ghum, before you reach the Ghum station, you will see Samten Choleng Monastery on your right. There is a big gate having a square arch. From the gate, you can see the main monastery building, which has a wide body and a golden top. If you come early in the morning or in the evening during the prayer time, the chanting and the humming sound made by the young lamas and the monks creates great spiritual atmosphere. You can be with them as long as you want during the prayers. The monastery has great collections of Buddhist books and manuscripts. It belongs to the Yellow Hat sect. What you now see in front of your screen is called as the Maitreya Buddha. This is a version of a future Buddha of this world in a Buddhist eschatology. Maitreya is a bodhisattva who in the Buddhist tradition is to appear on earth, achieve complete enlightenment and teach the pure dharma. According to scriptures, Maitreya will be a successor of the historic Sakyamuni Buddha. The prophecy of the arrival of Maitreya references a time when Dharma will be forgotten on Jambudvip. It is found in the canonical literature of all Buddhist sects and is accepted by most Buddhists as a statement about an event that will take place when Dharma will be forgotten from the earth. That was that. जैसा कि देखा गया है इस मोनेस्ट्री में, अगर हम इसे कंपेयर करें सोनाडा मोनेस्ट्री से, काफ़ी छोटा ही था और काफ़ी ज़्यादा टूरिस्ट भी आते हैं. सो दैट इज़ द रीज़न मुझे पर्सनली ये मोनेस्ट्री उतना वर्जिन नहीं लगा. हालांकि ऑब्वियसली द वाइब इनसाइड इट वाज प्रीटी सिमिलर, बट द साइज इज़ वेरी स्मॉल. And now we are heading to our next spot, next destination. We have passed the monastery, but I just wanted to tell you the history of that place. Established by a Mongolian astrologer in 1850, and then he stayed on as the chief priest till 1905, and then it changed hands. So quite a old monastery. The whole place is pretty old. जैसा कि आपने रेलवे स्टेशन भी देखा, it was built in 1890s. So most of this cities came up back in 19th century, late 19th century. If you are taking a toy train ride from Darjeeling, you will pass by this magnificent loop. Otherwise, take a cab from Darjeeling town and visit the Batasia Loop. It's located on Hillcart Road, that is National Highway 55, and takes 20 minutes by taxi from Darjeeling town. There is no better place to get a 360-degree view of Darjeeling's landscape, including the hill town and the snow-covered peaks of the eastern Himalayas with the majestic Kanchenjunga on one side. And all this from the middle of a lovely flowering garden around which the toy train track is laid. Batasia means airy space. As you stand on one side of the garden and see the toy train making a complete loop while hooting its whistle along the way and trying to negotiate the spiral track with a double loop, it's a fabulous experience. There are seating areas as well to enjoy the views. The entire area, along with the gardens and an approach bridge that leads to the garden, is about 50,000 square feet. It's been covered with grass and beautified with both seasonal and perennial flowers and shrubs. Batasia Loop was commissioned in 1919 because it was an engineering requirement for the toy train to be able to handle a steep gradient. Just after Ghum, which is the highest railway station, there is a sharp fall as the toy train moves towards Darjeeling. There was no way the toy train could negotiate such a drastic fall of about 140 feet unless there was a way to somehow reduce the gradient of the slope. Batasia Loop was created by the British to counter such sharp descent. You won't even realize how the toy train actually descends by about 140 feet as it completes the loop through a large circular area and on a gentle slope, and then crosses its own track near the beginning of the loop through a tunnel below. It is considered as one of the greatest engineering feats. And this is the memorial for the Indian Army martyrs from the Gorkha regiment or the locals who laid down their lives fighting for this country. A memorial has been built उनकी याद में. चूँकि बताशिया लूप को इस तरीके से बनाया गया है कि किस तरीके से आप एलिवेट कर सकते हो जस्ट बाय टेकिंग अ सर्कुलर ट्रैक, क्योंकि जैसे कि मैंने आपको बताया इट वाज एन इंक्लाइंड स्लोप, it was a very difficult slope. Trains and vehicles cannot get up at that inclined angle. So that is why Britishers in the late 19th century made this circular route which is called as the Batasia Loop, on which the trains go. By going through the circular route, ये लोग एक हाइट को अपनी हाइट बढ़ा, एक्चुअली दे अटेन एलिवेशन. आपको समझ में आ रहा है ना? देखिए जैसे यहाँ से एक गाड़ी उठती है पहाड़ों पे, तो इट्स ईजी बाय टेकिंग द सर्कुलर रूट यू कैन elevate yourself or you can get elevated, but on an inclined angle it's very difficult. So ट्रेन पे वापस आना चाहूँगा. जो ट्रेन मैंने बताया इट्स नॉट अ रेगुलर ट्रेन, दिस ट्रेन इज़ केप्ट हियर, और जस्ट एक डेमोन्स्ट्रेशन यहाँ के जो लोग आते हैं देखने के लिए, जो आपके टूरिस्ट आते हैं उनको दिखाने के लिए ये ट्रेन चलाई जाती है, जस्ट टू शो देम दैट हाउ बताशिया लूप इज़ वन ऑफ द मॉडर्न डे marvels of engineering which took place in the late 19th century when India was under the British Raj.